Hi everyone, hope you all are doing really well. So this is Java interview question, which is part 2, and I think these are the questions which is relevant to this year. And this video is having overloading, overriding, and Selenium interview questions. I think recently I've given an interview where the Selenium interview question has been asked me, so I've thought of putting that in. So yeah, we'll move on to the first slide. So what else can we use to click an element apart from dot click method? This is the Selenium question. So we generally use JavaScript executor to perform a click and action. But Java executor script, if you don't know anything, you can put it on. But Java executor is like why you have put in Java in the real time Java executor, why you put. So generally when you don't write the correct XPath, okay, and your element is inside in your div. So and you have not writing like it is pointing it to the same. There will be two ways of writing it out when element is not loading properly, because sometimes it will take 1 second, sometimes it will take 2 seconds, sometimes it will take 5 seconds. So that's when what happens is it will hold the screen and it will make a click for you. So the dot click, the way Selenium works, you have not doing it in a way. So you have not even written the correct path firstly. And the second is you will just go and make JavaScript executor to execute the script for you. The Selenium script is not happening. That's the way we are not recommend to use Java executor script. So but the second thing is by ASCII value. So you have to give the answer in distance. Not only Java executor, there are a lot of ways you can do it. So they are like ASCII value. So what you will be doing, you can double click and you can provide the ASCII value for the left click. So this is very complicated one. So yeah, when you left click, it is like you'll be clicking it, right? So you can have it. You can have the left click also, and you can even enter on that particular element. So actions you can use. You can even use action class. So under action class you can use you're not using dot click alone. You are using the action class. So this is also the workaround. But yeah, the third one is like keys dot enter dot perform. Send keys you can use to click the perform. With the action class you can use new element with the send keys. You can enter that particular element and then okay. So similarly, if that question comes, they'll be asking you the next question will be how to enter the text without using send keys in Selenium. But yes, I have such a lot of where you can use data-driven framework, where you can data provider, wherein you can pass the data without using send keys, and with the help of some object you can refer to that element and then pass it to the values. I think that is the one way. But the second way which I'm sure about is like Java executors, wherein that is the way you will be parameterizing your element. In the element you can pass the value. So I think that is the way you can use it. So I think this is document.getElement by ID text box, and then you will be sending the value. Okay. So this is Java. If I have found it, one Selenium will help. Java executor is the interface between Selenium and the browser. Writing this image will make you remember of all this. This is done with the Selenium questions. So I'll move it with the method order overloading and overriding now. So what is overloading? I think I have my OOPS video also. I might attach the link. So we just want you can understand your OOPS concept there if you are referring for the OOPS concept. But I am explaining in terms of overloading and overriding in terms of your framework, because many of the questions has been asked like where in your framework you'll be using. So what is method overloading firstly, and in the real time where and all you will be seeing the overloading. Okay, so overloading is known as compile time polymorphism and static polymorphism. In Java, two or more methods have the same method name if they differ in parameters, like different number of parameters, different types of parameters, or both. These methods are called overloaded methods. This feature is called method overloading. So for example, in our this one we'll be using assert method. So you'll be having a different values to verify it. Either you'll be having integer values, either you can have the string values. So they're like parameters may be different, right? But the method is same. So I think this is the method overloading, and there are a lot of things. But I think assert I have used. So I think this is the very best example of method overloading. Someone will ask you can give them the answer. So what kind of arguments variations are allowed in method overloading? This can be the second question. So method overloading in Java is based on the number and the type of parameter passed as an argument to the methods. We cannot define more than one method with the same name, order, type of the arguments. It will be the compile time method. So, or in the real time, where have you seen in overloading? For example, you have to change your WhatsApp display picture. So you can change it through, the parameter will be different, right? The method is same. For example, profile picture change or the display picture change. So the parameter can be through your gallery, through your camera, or through your files. So the call option can also be the overloading method. So you can either use a phone caller option, or you can either go through caller. So, right? Okay. That's why I always want you to listen, because there are a lot more I have to share. But at the time of preparing this slide, I might not remember all those things, but I'm explaining, so I might get remembrance. So I'll be explaining. This is the plus point for those guys who are referring to my videos. How you will implement method overloading in Java. Okay, so implementing 2 or more methods that have the same name but take the different number of arguments. Why I'm repeating that? So it is like implementing 2 or more methods that have the same name but take different numbers of arguments. Implementing 2 or more methods that have the same name but take arguments of different types. So this is like a more like explanation of the overloading. Why it is not possible to do method overloading by changing the written type of method in a Java? Like, can we change the written type of a method overloading? So that is also the question. So Java does not support method overloading with different written type and same arguments. This is because it has to be determined which method is to be used at the compile time itself. To remove the ambiguity, they designed a method overloading technique like this. Okay, it will be like if you put the same this one, there will be 2 methods with the same parameters, right? So there's no purpose of using the same method, right? So I think that will create the ambiguity, the compile time, which one to call. Okay. Is it allowed to overload main method in Java? Yes, we can overload the main method in Java, but we can execute the class JVM. The moment it will just find the main method which has string args, like string arg as a parameter in the methods. Okay, so that will only call first. So how do we implement method overriding in Java? Method overriding. What is method overriding first? Okay, I'll just read this and I'll explain. Method overriding is one of the ways by which Java achieves runtime polymorphism. I think this is the line which is very important. So method overriding is a way to achieve runtime polymorphism. This is the first point. Okay. The version of a method that is executed will be determined by the object that is used to invoke in it. The object of the parent class is used to invoke the method, then the version of the parent class will be executed. But if the object of the subclass is used to invoke the method, then the version of child class will be executed. In other words, it is a type of the object being referred to, not the type of the reference variable. That determines which version of overridden method should be executed. So what happens is you will be overriding the same methods which is present in your parent class. You will be overriding the same method as child class. But how it will vary? Based on the object creation. So, like if you're creating the object of a parent class, it will refer the parent class method. But if you're creating the object of a child class, it will refer the child class method. So that is the way you have to explain. Not only like parent class method will be implemented, the same method will be implemented in the child class, that is called overriding. No, we'll be expecting this kind of explanation. So it will be giving you, it will give the interviewer that you know the concept in and out. That's how I have read it. Are we allowed to override a static method in Java? Okay, this is an important question. This I will most the interviewer ask. Why does Java not allow the overriding a static method? So firstly, is it allowed? If yes, and why? If no, then why? So static method are born. That is very necessary question. That is a necessary question. I'm sorry, I just got a ping from my colleague. So static method are compile time using static boundary. Therefore, we cannot override the static method in Java. You cannot override the static method because it's are bonded at compile time. One more concept. I'll maybe cover. We'll be covering it in next video. There was one more concept. Okay. Does Java allow virtual functions? In Java, virtual function. What is virtual functions? Firstly, what is virtual functions and does Java allow? So in Java, virtual functions, I think 7 years or 5 years doesn't know actually nowadays. So I think these are the things which we really have to look into. So in Java, all non-static methods are default by virtual functions. Only methods marked with the keyword final, which cannot be overridden, along with the private methods, which are not inherited, are non-virtual. Okay. So private methods and the method with the final keywords are which cannot be inherited and which cannot be overridden are non-virtual. Apart from that, all the non-static methods are virtual. By default, they are virtual functions. Okay, this is also a very important question. What is meant by covariant return type in Java? So I think my Java questions are related to Java developers as well. So you can also refer these videos. So if you are from Java background, you can refer to these videos actually. So if you're freshers, or I think these are the basic questions which which sometimes create an expectations from an interview. So covariant return type refers to return type of an overriding method. It allows to narrow down the return type of an overriding method without any need to cast the type of. Check the return type. Covariant return type works only for non-primitive return types. Okay. Like what is like if you're as I told you, right, overriding methods. So it's a return type of overridden methods. So it will be like narrow down, it allows you to narrow down the return type of an overridden method. So like the method you have override, you don't need to cast it, right? Sometimes we'll do upcasting and also we don't need to do it. We can use covariant return type, and we can for non-primitive data return types. Okay, for non-primitive return types, you can use covariant return types. So thank you guys. I think this video is really helpful for you guys, and you will see this thank you. It's a GIF here. So yeah. So please subscribe to my channel, and if you haven't subscribed it yet, and you can turn on the notification bell so that these videos are helpful for your interview. So I have a lot many questions coming up, and probably I'll be making more Selenium and Java questions, which will be very relevant to the real time. And I think that will really help you in your interview. So how to answer this videos are for you, and what to answer and what not to say. I think this will really help you in that terms. Okay. Thank you so much, and all the best for your interview, guys.